These ruminants require a lot of cud chewing and a lot of saliva in order to keep the pH of their rumen exactly where it needs to be, and you absolutely can't do that unless you have water. Do not ever restrict water. I understand that some people may tell you when you are weaning goat kids or your lambs that you want to restrict water from your ewes or your does. You are never going to restrict water to the point that it's going to do you any good other than causing potential damage to the rumen of those animals. So make sure you don't ever restrict water. This also goes for show. I know a lot of people will tell you to start restricting water in order to give them a thinner, leaner look. Again, you can do that with feed. You don't have to do that with water. You have to provide roughage. Now, we've got plenty of grass out here. They have to have this roughage that they're going to chew and that they're going to digest because it is going to keep the rumen and the rumen bacteria working properly. If you have them out on pasture, you don't have to give them hay. I will say this, however, if you have your sheep or goats running in a woods or a forest where they're not getting a lot of grass, if you want to do some insurance and make sure that their rumen is going really, really well, this much hay, simply a fistful of good quality hay per day, is going to be more than enough to keep them going. Same thing when you're getting in the show ring. A lot of people will tell you, oh, just feed them grain and stop feeding them hay. You're going to smoke their rumen. You're going to cause that pH to get way, way too acidic, and it's going to smoke that rumen. Chewing hay, chewing roughage causes additional saliva to be manufactured by the animal, and that saliva works as a very strong bicarbonate, and it's going to help to buffer that rumen from getting too acidic. Free choice sodium bicarb. We put this out each and every day. This is simply baking soda, and it helps to work as a rumen buffer as well. Now, some days we'll go and the animals will eat a ton of it, and other days they won't at all. If you look over here by the water, you can see we just got as much as they'll go through in a day. We've got some free choice sodium bicarb out there for them. They'll just come up, stick their nose in it, stick their tongue in it, and get as much as they need. We have some alfalfa out here on our pasture that you can see. We also have some clover. It seems like on the days that they're really going after the alfalfa and the clover, they really tend to eat more of this. I don't know how to explain it to you. Some days we'll go, if they're eating nothing but straight grass, we'll go for a week and they'll barely touch the stuff. Other times we'll see that they're really going through this stuff. Lots and lots of veterinarians, including Pipestone Veterinary Service, advise giving free choice sodium bicarb. It's cheap, it's effective. I suppose there's one trick that I would tell you, and that is don't dump out a 50-pound bag of this stuff. Figure out about how much they'll go through in a day and put that out there and just replace it as needed. Clostridium type C and D, very, very important when you think about overall rumen health. Now, Clostridium type C and D often comes in this vaccine, which is known as CD&T. It's actually protecting against Clostridium type C and D and tetanus as well. Rumen health, essentially from overeating, is what causes or manifests the Clostridium type C and D. What ends up happening is the animal overeats, causes this explosion of bad gut bacteria, which can cause sudden death. It can also cause brain lesions and all kinds of problems. So Clostridium is one of those things that you are most definitely going to want to be careful and watch out for. We have lots of videos that show how to give the type C, D, and T vaccine. We also talk about how to preserve these bottles by adding a little bit of penicillin to them. A lot of these bottles are one-time use only. So you're definitely going to want to check those out as well. This is our secret weapon here on Linessa Farms. This is brewer's yeast. Brewer's yeast helps out the rumen in two very specific ways. The first way is it decreases the overall amount of ammonia that's produced in the rumen. Now, ammonia is normally a byproduct of protein breakdown, but too much ammonia causes problems such as decreased feed conversion ratio. It also kills good healthy gut bacteria. It causes all kinds of problems. So brewer's yeast has been shown to decrease the overall amount of ammonia in the gut. The other thing is that brewer's yeast significantly decreases the amount of methane gas that's produced in the rumen. It's going to keep your animals from bloating, and it's going to help the overall rumen health as well. If you can't find brewer's yeast, you're in luck because we sell this on Foundation Feed. And if you go in the description below, you're going to find you get a 10% off coupon just for you for watching this video. I'm Tim from Linessa Farms, specialty in heirloom livestock. Thanks for joining us again, and we look forward to seeing you next time.